The live stream. If you're checking it out on the replay, welcome to the live stream. In this video, I'm going to give a few tips for entrepreneurs. I had a few minutes while I'm sitting around the house today. I didn't go out tonight like normal. And, every now and then something happens. Today was one of those days where something happened. I got a call, in the places that I go to, they got some stuff going on their end. So I'm chilling at the house this evening. I'm like, well, shoot, man, I might as well go on and mess around with my audience on a live stream. So I figured I'd come on. Hey, Roller Girl, how are you? Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, I figured I'd come on and really just, I guess, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna give a few tips for entrepreneurs in this live stream. Got a few bullets thrown up right here on the screen. I figured, again, I'm sitting around the house. I didn't go out this like normal. I would be going out right now. I got 8 o'clock. For those of you that don't know, I'm Eastern Standard Time, so I got 8 o'clock where I am right now. Normally, I would be going out in the evening. I would leave out at about 6 o'clock. So no, I'm used to being in the truck by that time. But like I said, I got a call from the places that I go, and one place they got put on a quota, which means they got to slow down with the amount of. Oh, thanks for telling me that, Roller Girl, that my audio is crackling. I'm not really sure what I can do about that other than change my spot, try to maybe get closer to where my Wi-Fi connection is. Let me see something here. Hang on just 1 second. Got good connection. How's the audio? How's the audio? Before I even go into anything, how's the audio? Somebody let me know. How's the audio? Can y'all hear me? How's the audio? Audio got a little bit better, Roller Girl. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Let me see. Let me look and see who's here with me real quick. Roller Girl says hi. Appreciate you being here, Roller Girl. Just Blaze, what's am, brother? How you, Just Blaze? Glad to have you here. M. Brown, peace from Connecticut. CJ, hello from Los Angeles. What's going on, CJ? Chi and D Vlogs, advice on getting ready for the commercial learner's permit. M. Brown says sounds better. I'm gonna come back to you, Chi and D. I got you. Roller Girl got better. All right, boom. Everybody says it's good. So just to let y'all know, like normally, like I was saying that normally this time of evening I would be out at work. I would be in the truck already. I got 8 o'clock where I am here on the East Coast, and normally I would leave out to get in the truck at about 6:30. And I normally would get done in the morning, probably about 5 o'clock. But I got a call from the places that I go to, and one of the places got put on a quota, which means for a few days they got to slow down on what they bringing in, on what they moving out actually. Then the other place, the loader is down, so they can't load up nothing. So both two of the places that I go to is down on their end. Probably gonna be down till Thursday. So I figured, I said, shoot, man, I'm sitting around the house. Let me hop on and go live. I don't have much of a chance to go live with my audience, man. Working at nighttime. That's kind of how it is. I drive all night and I sleep mostly all day, right? And then on the weekends I just want to relax and not do much of nothing at all. So, but yeah, man, I'm gonna be here at the house for the next few days, right? So I got my incense burning right here. I got me some in case y'all see a little bit of smoke coming in front of the screen. Got my incense burning right here because we got flies out here real bad, man. And this incense is citronella, supposed to keep away flies and mosquitoes and all of that good stuff. So if you see a little bit of smoke coming from the screen, that's what's going on. We ain't got nothing funny going on over here, okay? So look, real quick, man, who we got here? What are you guys doing this evening? Y'all let me know. What are y'all doing this evening? Are y'all at the house chilling out? Are y'all seeing me on your phone? Was y'all already on your phone and you got a notification that you know that it was live? Are you on your TV watching YouTube? Are you in the truck driving right now? You just happen to be watching YouTube videos and you saw the notification. Y'all let me know. What are y'all doing this evening? What do y'all got going on? Somebody tell me what y'all got going on. M. Brown says, I just shut down in Ohio. I got you. Got you. CJ says, yep, notifications let you know. Dave W said notification gang. Got you. Okay. I was just wondering. All right. So M Brown, you out there rolling, huh? Hey, you out on the road, huh? That's what's up, man. Phone in the tub doing yoga. What? All right, phone in the tub doing yoga. You gotta elaborate on that, roller girl. I ain't really sure what what you mean by that. But look, I got something jotted down to go over. I didn't want to just hop on live without an agenda, right? So I jotted down some tips that I wanted to share for individuals that desire. I'm gonna put this out because the wind blowing this over here at me. Brisk Clown said, "What's good out here on the West Coast? What's going on, Brisk Clown?" Let me put this out. Yeah, so I got an agenda. I got a few tips um, that I want to share for individuals that are interested in, being an owner operator or an entrepreneur, right? So before I get into that, if you guys I do bathtub yoga. I got you. I ain't never heard of that before, Roller Girl. I never heard of that. I got you. So you at home doing yoga. Got you, got you. All right, okay. Cool beans. I was just kind of wondering what y'all know what my 20 is tonight. I wanted to know what y'all's 20 is tonight. Epsom salt, bath, and stretch. Got you, got you. Got you. I got you. That sounds rejuvenating. Yeah, that sounds rejuvenating. Stretching is necessary when you up in the truck all day. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. My legs get tight on me all the time, but I'm not into yoga or anything. But I definitely stretch a couple times a day, just to keep my legs loose and just to keep my neck and my back and all of that good stuff. So yeah, I definitely get that, right? I thought I made it up, but then I found it on YouTube. That's YouTube, but YouTube allows you to connect with other people that are into the same things that you're into. You might think you're into the weirdest stuff ever, and you get on YouTube and you find there's a whole tribe of people out there that's just as weird as you. That's how that works. So look, real quick, I'm gonna get into this content that I got to share. But again, that was just for the purpose of having something to talk about when I came on the live. I'm gonna look through y'all's comments. If y'all got some comments up here, the ones that are here, I'll see what I can share on the questions that you guys are asking. So what was that question? Chi and D vlogs. Chi and D, I hope you still here. Advice on getting ready for commercial learners permit. So the best advice I can give you to get ready for your commercial learners permit is what I did is I studied an app called CDL Prep. I've made videos about this before. I'm sure you guys have heard it before. I'm sure you've heard me say this before. But I studied an app called CDL Prep, and it was by Jeffrey Diaz. There's a bunch of them called CDL Prep, but the one was by Jeffrey Diaz. And that app was almost just like the questions that we got in the CDL test on the commercial learners permit test when we went into the DMV. I mean, they were literally almost just like them. So, that app will let you play around, let you take practice tests. Yeah, there's a bunch of apps out there that'll let you do this, but the one that I studied was CDL Prep. That in combination with just making sure that I understood what was in the book. The school that I went to told us, well, the book tells you what pages to study in the book or what sections you need to study. But I mean, you just got to study, man. It's not really a shortcut way around that. They're going to ask you questions and you need to know the answers. Period in the story. You got to get 80% on all of the different sections, whatever section you're taking. I believe you got to get 80% on every section. So you just need to know what you're going to do. It's not impossible. A lot of people make it seem harder than it actually is, but that's because they really tried to shortcut the studying part of it. So if you don't mind putting in the work on that end of it, then you'll know the information, and then when you go take your test at the DMV or where you're going to take it at, you won't have any problems with. I passed my test on the first time around, but again, I was pretty confident that I knew the information. I knew I had studied my butt off, right? So that's basically it, man, as far as getting your learner's permit, because you get your learner's permit just from taking the written tests. I would assume that's still how it is. That's how it was 6 years ago when I took my learner's permit test, right? So Anybody else in here that's in here check that's with me right now? If you do have any information for, hang on, let me bring up these comments again. There we go. If you do have any information for Chi and D Vlogs, advice on getting ready for the CLP, drop it down in the comments. There was another question in here. If any of you other guys got questions, feel free to drop them. I got a few minutes to be on live tonight. We'll hang out for a little bit. CJ says, what's your opinion on fuel delivery drivers? I don't really have much of an opinion on fuel delivery drivers, CJ. I've never done that. I've never done that type of work before, right? And that's kind of how trucking is, man. Like, you can be in trucking for a long time and not really know nothing about a certain type of trucking. You know, if you would ask me a question right now about car hauling or about cattle hauling or about reefer, like, I wouldn't be able to, you know, I just don't know that because I've never done it before. So I don't really have an opinion. I mean, I've heard that fuel delivery drivers make good money. I think I've also heard that fuel delivery is one of those jobs that you can potentially get, like, without much experience. There's fuel delivery companies that'll hire individuals without much experience. I can't tell you what company, you know what I mean? Because again, that's not something that I'm into. But I mean, I haven't heard anything negative about fuel delivery, you know. But again, I'm not into that. You got to take that, what I'm saying to you now, with a grain of salt. Absolutely. Why is it so hard to get my chat to come up? There we go. There we go. All right, here we go. I'm looking through y'all's comments right now, trying to find any more questions that you guys might have put up in here. All right. Justin Wilson, what's going on, boss? Birmingham, Alabama, I apologize, checking in. Chi and D is still here. Got you. So I'm assuming you heard my response, my little 2 cent, my little cent and a half. TFR says I use that same app. Did that app help you out, TFR? Did Prep, Jeffrey Diaz app help you out with passing your CDL test? It helped me out. Drop it down in the comments if it did help you out for Chi and D Vlogs. Brisk Clown, if you have time, best way to deal with brokers being cheap. That is another subject, man. You know, this is interesting. I'm glad I'm on with y'all live tonight, man, because I can be a little bit transparent with y'all. As a matter of fact, just hang on just 1 second. Hang on just 1 second. Let me go grab you something to drink real quick. Went and grabbed me a Seagram's. Hot out here. Super hot out here. Best way to deal with brokers being cheap. Brisk Clown. All right. So, Brisk. That's not something I deal with either. Yeah, just like the tanker question that was asked earlier. That is not something that I deal with, right? From what I know about that subject, it ain't really much that you can do. Hold out and negotiate the best you can, but if that's what the broker's paying, like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I mean, you know, obviously you want to, you know, you want to be dealing with freight, I would say, where you don't have to keep going through different brokers, you know, but that might not be that easy. Again, this is not something that I deal with, right? With hauling wood chips, I'm not going from broker to broker. I'm not hauling for different brokers. I'm hauling for one broker. We haul one type of freight, wood chips. It pays what it pays, depending on where you go. That determines what it pays, right? And that's kind of how that works. There's a lot of things, man, that you guys go through out here on the road, that you guys go through in trucking. This is not like me trying to plug what I'm doing in trucking. Like, everybody in trucking think what they doing is better than what everybody else is doing, that type of thing. But this is not that, man. But it is a lot of stuff that you guys deal with that I just don't deal with in my trucking journey. And one of them is brokers and rates. You know what I mean? Like brokers trying to pay. I see like in the forums, like brokers trying to pay drivers, trying to pay trucks, $1 a mile. I've seen posts like that in the forums, right? They want this person to run 1,000 miles and they want to pay him like $1,000. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous. I don't know how I would deal with that. Obviously you want to be in a position where you can afford to tell a broker no and not run, right? But if you ain't got it like that and you got to run, you got to run. That's, you know what I mean? Like there's no way around that, okay? But again, that is one of those things that just the type of the line of work and how I'm working, I don't deal with that. Right. Again, and this ain't a plug for what I do, but I honestly like the stuff some of y'all go through. I don't wouldn't want to go through it. I'm so serious. Like the simplest stuff, like dealing with an ELD and dealing with a logbook. I don't want to deal with a logbook. People ask me logbook questions, and I can't really answer them because I've never had to keep a logbook in the 6 years that I've driven a truck. I just don't have that experience, right? The 6 years out on the road, I ain't never had to keep a logbook, right? I feel blessed to be able to do that, but you know what I mean? Like whenever somebody asks me a question about that, it's like I can't really help them about that. People ask me questions about getting a job or different mega carriers to work for. Again, that's another subject I just can't help people with. I've never had that in my trucking endeavors. I've never had to deal with that, right? So there's a lot of things that regular truck drivers deal with, that I personally just don't deal with, right? But I mean, I think that speaks to the diversity in trucking. I think that speaks to the diversity in trucking. So many of us think that all of us is out here doing everything the same way. And I guess for the most part we are. All of us transporting freight from point A to point B. But I spoke about this before in my videos. There's so many different ways to be set up and so many different ways to approach trucking that like what one truck driver is going through, another truck driver might not be experiencing that, like at all, right? I know I have a friend of mine that has told me, he's like, man, look, I don't know what I'm gonna do here with these rates. He's having an issue with rates as well, with brokers not wanting to pay him much, but he got to run. He's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. He's thinking everybody's rates is in the dump. I got another friend that's a couple states down in South Carolina, and he don't know what people are talking about when they talking about the low rates, because whoever he pulls for, they paying him just fine. So the point that I'm making is everybody ain't experiencing the same thing. That's the whole point that I'm making, right? That's the whole point that I'm making. I know Brisk, you probably understand what I'm saying, that not everybody is set up the same way. I went into so much depth about this because I feel like a lot of people in trucking don't understand that. Like a lot of people a lot of people that are looking at getting in trucking don't understand how diverse trucking is. Let me give you an example of what I kind of mean by that. When I first started driving a truck, like probably about 3-4 months after I got into driving a truck, I started making trucking videos. I was making videos on YouTube before then, but not about trucking. So when I started driving a truck, I started making trucking videos. And when I did, people started asking me questions. They started posting questions on my videos. And like I would have to go to my brother. My brother's an owner operator, and he has his own MC and everything. Been a truck driver for 35 years now. So I would go to him and be like, listen, man, can you help me answer these questions that I'm getting on my YouTube channel? He's like, I don't know. What kind of questions are you getting? And I'm letting him know. I'm getting questions about, how to find a job when you get out of CDL school. What's the best company to go to when you get out of CDL school? I'm getting questions like that. And I'm like, can you help me answer these questions? And he's like, nah, I don't know nothing about none of that stuff. And I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, I don't know nothing about none of that stuff. People are asking me about, what's my opinion on Swift? What's my opinion on Knight? What's my opinion on Prime? What's my opinion on JB Hunt? I'm asking my brother, I'm like, can you help me out with it? He's like, nah, man, I don't know nothing about none of that stuff. And in my mind, I'm like, how is it that you could be driving a truck for 30 or 35 years in a row and you know nothing about how to find a job? You don't know nothing about what it's like at transportation or at Swift. How you be out here that long and know nothing about none of that stuff? And it's simply to me, I don't know nothing about that stuff because I've never done it. any of that stuff. I don't have a reason to know anything about any of that stuff. And when he said that, that's when it hit me. But keep in mind, I was 3 months in and didn't realize that my own brother, which I knew that he was an owner operator, he never worked for anybody, never hit me that he would any information dealing with that body of knowledge or that subject matter, how to find a job, best company to go with when you get out of CDL school, what's your opinion on, Swift or JB Hunt, or he was, it just never crossed my mind that he would know anything about that. So again, I feel like there's a lot of people that's looking at getting in trucking or maybe just got in trucking that still fully don't understand how diverse trucking is. I hear truck drivers say stuff all the time and they'll say it in an absolute fashion like it applies to everybody, and I'm like, nah, that don't apply to everybody. I'm one truck driver that don't apply to, right there. I've heard truck drivers say before, all truck drivers, I was listening at a video earlier today, and the guy said, you can't drive over X amount of hours, or you can't, whatever he said, and he's like, it's illegal to do that, and it'll be in your logbook. And I'm like, but not all of us are doing a logbook, right? But like the viewer listening at that, all the viewer hears is all drivers can't drive over this time. You know what I mean? So again, I get a lot of questions from individuals that you can tell that they think that what they've heard is the way it is for everybody. I've gotten questions from viewers like, how do you deal with being at truck stops all the time? Or how do you deal with being shippers all the time? I'm not stuck at shippers all the time, and I'm not at truck stops. I never stop at truck stops, and to them that's foreign. It's like, how could you be a truck driver and you never stop at truck stops? But again, that's the diversity that is trucking. There's so many different ways you can be set up, so many different ways you can do your work, that you can do your runs, so many different ways you can do this thing that like it's diverse in that way. So didn't want to get off on too much. I know I stayed on that for too long, but again, I wanted to stress that because I definitely feel, I know I didn't understand that when I first got in trucking. I just didn't understand that, right? So let me see here. TFR, brisk clown, find better brokers or go direct to the shipper. TFR is talking to you, brisk clown, if you're still here. TFR says a way to deal with brokers that don't want to pay good is find better brokers, makes sense, or go direct to the shipper, right? But I mean, like, you already know what he's gonna say to that, TFR. I've heard people say before, like, if you're a one-man, one-truck operation, it's probably gonna be difficult to get a relationship directly with a shipper, right? So, but I mean, yeah, if you can do that, absolutely, man, then that puts you, like, you're not having to go around and dealing with a whole bunch of different brokers, right? Bottom line. So it's like we got this deal set, and that's what it's gonna be. I would much rather, if I was doing trucking like a lot of you guys are doing, I would whatever steps I'd have to take to have to deal directly with the shipper, I would be wanting to deal directly with the shipper. I wouldn't be wanting to go through the stuff that I hear people go through with the brokers, right? Definitely. So I appreciate you putting that up in there. Let me go back up here. Hang on one second. I appreciate you putting that in there, TFR. He said find better brokers. Actually, absolutely, that's the most logical solution, right? Find better brokers. And watch this though, TFR. If a person wanted to know, how do you find better brokers? How do you find better brokers? Can you drop that down in the comments and give us a little bit of info on that? Crater Construction says new to the channel. I don't think I'm gonna get to the content that I got laid out, which it was all good. Again, I just threw it. I just put together something just to share with you guys while I was coming on live. But you guys got enough questions, it look like, on here that, y'all gonna keep me busy for a few minutes. So it's all good. Let's do this. Grab me another swig here. Crater Construction says new to channel. Thank you, my brother. Studying CDL. Class A test tomorrow. Wish me luck, please. Brian. Everybody wish Brian luck. Everybody wish Crater Construction luck. He is studying for CDL test tomorrow. Hey, Brian, you say you're studying for your. I'm assuming you're studying for your. If you're studying for your permit, I'm not sure if you mean you're test to get your license or your permit. But if you are studying to get your permit, Crater Construction, Brian, if you got any tips for somebody getting ready to take the getting ready to get their learner's permit, their CLP. Somebody asked that question earlier in the chat. Put that down in the comments, Brian. If you got any tips on getting ready for the CLP, put that down in the comments. That question was asked earlier. Justin Wilson says, starting out, would you recommend hiring a dispatch company? Yeah, yes, I would. Again, this is you got to take what I'm saying on these different subjects, these different questions that you guys are asking me. Got to take it with a grain of salt because again, that's something that I don't deal with. Right? I've never had to have a dispatching company, right? So I pull for the broker that I have. I don't even ever talk to a dispatcher. Like I know, like we know where we're going, right? I might communicate with the dispatcher once a week. We don't have to, I'm not paying for that to use that service. You talking about paying. But I mean, yeah, man, definitely. And here's why I would say that. Unless you got the knowledge and unless you got the time, unless you got the management skills to dispatch yourself, to do it a different way, then definitely find somebody to partner up with, find somebody to collaborate with. That's a business principle in general. It ain't really have nothing to do with trucking. That's in general. When you're first starting out, if you can find somebody to partner up with to help you in the areas that you're weak in, then that's gonna be beneficial, for you. Sure, you're gonna lose out on some profits, but if they're worth their weight, then they're supposed to be bringing you money, right? If they're worth their weight. Now, if it ain't working out, then you work out something different. I got a friend that does box truck that was telling me, I'm trying to think as I'm talking what he told me, because he was working with a dispatcher, and his dispatcher, he got tired of his dispatcher not dispatching him where he wanted to go, basically. But I can't really think right now how he resolved that situation, right? But yeah, find a partner any kind of way that you can on any area of your trucking company or your trucking business or your trucking endeavor that you need to. Again, you might have to give up some profit, but if the partner that you're partnering up with, if they're worth it, which they should be, you ain't gonna work with them if they not worth it. If they worth it, they're gonna pay for themselves. They're gonna pay for themselves, right? So yeah, I would definitely look at that. If I was in your situation, I would most certainly consider, and I don't know your situation, but I'm saying if I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like you need to be focusing on doing what you got to do. Okay, so if you ain't working with a dispatcher, somebody have to get that work done. So what's the alternative? I guess that's a good question. If you don't work with a dispatcher, Justin Wilson, what is the alternative? Tell me that down in the comments. CJ, do truck drivers go into Canada or Mexico? If so, is their salary higher? I believe so, CJ. I think truck drivers do go into Canada or Mexico. I've watched YouTube videos I believe, of truck drivers going into Canada or Mexico. Don't know if the salary is higher or not. My assumption is it would be. That would be my assumption, right? So, but yeah. Bonds Harris, I got stuck on the combination. We talking about the combination test, the combination section of the test. Bronze Harris. Matithias Transport. Yes, permit was just a written test. I ran practice tests for about a week before going and taking it. Exactly. I can't remember who asked the question earlier. Pardon me about getting ready to take your CLP, your commercial learner's permit, getting ready to get that. But it's the same thing. Matithias is saying the same thing that I said. The permit it's just a written test, which I didn't know that before I went to take it, actually. I found that out when I got there. There's a written test, but yeah, you just run your practice tests. And once you get comfortable taking those practice tests and you get them flowing pretty good, you're able to get a pretty, decent score consistently, and you feel like you got a pretty good command of, whatever the information that you need to know that's in the book. Because I would say that you need to know the app, and you need to be studying the book as well. Right, I would say that. But once you like, go take the test after that. Right. All right. Roller Girl, screenshot Q&A, YouTube, truck question, prep channels. Hmm? Screenshot Q&A, YouTube, question, prep channels. I ain't understanding what you saying, Roller Girl. I ain't understanding what you mean by that. Screenshot Q&A, YouTube, truck question, prep channels. You know I look like a young guy, but I'm 47 years old. I'm almost 50 years old, and a lot of the short form way of talking through text messaging apps and all, like I don't understand all that stuff. I really don't. So just work with me on that one, right? I don't really understand what you're saying, Roller Girl. But Tethys Transport, and that was Ohio, and this past April. Got you. Appreciate that, Tethys. Chris and Dogs, he's asking you, Matiti, how they go. Brady Truck Life, Lancaster, PA here. Glad to have you up in here, Brady. Brisk Clown, it helped me. The app is worth it. Yeah, the app, CDL Prep, the Jeffrey Diaz one. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sure there are other ones out there that is good as well. The app is good. App called CDL helped me a lot. Chi and D Vlogs. I'm leaving Walmart as a manager and taking a chance going in as a new driver, starting off at 5:15. Is that a week? What is that, Chris and D? Is that a week? Leaving Walmart as a manager and taking a chance going in as a new driver, starting off at 5:15. Clarify that for us, Chi and D. With Tethys Transport, I passed the 3 permit tests in about 20 minutes. Then did my schooling, passed my DMV test on the first shot. I'm currently in my last week of training. You just aced it. That's what's up. That's what's up. It ain't no big deal. The testing is not a big deal if you're willing to study and learn what you need to learn. Period in the story, right? Bronze Harris says, I use CDL Crist, C-R-I-S-T. I never heard of that before. Oh, gotcha. He said CDL Prep. Gotcha. Appreciate you straightening that out for us, Brisk Clown. Carlita Flowers, Real Estate. Would it be hard for a new driver to go from local 1 year to OTR? So you want to go from local to OTR? I wouldn't think. If anybody can answer Carlita Flowers Real Estate, give another perspective on that question, please drop it down in the comments. Would it be hard for a new driver to go from local 1+ year to OTR? So you're asking as a new driver that has 1 year experience to go to OTR? I wouldn't think. I wouldn't think. Sometimes people have an issue going from OTR back to local because of a bunch of different reasons, but I never really heard of anybody having a problem going from local to OTR. It's the OTR companies that normally don't have a problem hiring people with no experience. It's the local companies a lot of the times that have problems hiring people with experience. Not all the time, but a lot of times. So I wouldn't think it's going to be difficult for in that situation, Carlita. Again, if anybody else has any information on Carlita's question, and another perspective that I just now shared, definitely drop it down in the comments. Brady Truck Life says, congrats, Matithia Transport. I'm currently in my test end of next week. Absolutely. You guys are right on the verge of taking your test. That's good. So you handle bad weather on the road like tornadoes, snow, and hurricanes. That is another thing, CJ. I don't deal with that. I hate to keep giving that as an answer, man. Like, I don't deal with that. Like, really though, I don't deal with that. Like I'm intrastate. I don't go very far. I don't go over like 120 miles out. So when I know it's going to be inclement weather, really bad weather, I don't go out. Period in the story. I just don't drive, right? When I know it's going to be snow on the road, I'm not driving. I can't think of no hurricanes or nothing that we've had come through my territory or any tornadoes we've had come through my territory. But, you know, I don't even like driving when it rains a lot. I will, you know, I ain't afraid of nothing like that, but I'm not, you know, inclement weather. I just feel like, you know, that's one of those things that might just cost you more going out, like inclement weather, trying to, you know, trying to do your work, trying to run your boat, and like a situation where now you got to. And as far as I'm concerned, the only way that you can get yourself in that situation in inclement weather is just not do it. It's just not. And again, I mean, I'm talking about from the owner's side, but I mean, even when I drove for my pop, I didn't go out in inclement weather. Then in a company driver, if I'm driving somebody else's equipment, you know, I mean, hey, I can't say I wouldn't. I don't know how I would feel in that situation, right? But as of right now, I don't drive in inclement weather. Just that's another one. I hate to keep saying that, but that's another one of those things that I just don't deal with, right? I just don't deal with it. It's weird, man. You know. I need to watch this. You know, if any of you guys are here that responded to that post that I put up the other day, saying that I'm having a hard time with content ideas. You know, one of the reasons that I'm having a difficult time with content ideas is because a lot of the stuff, and I kind of spoke on this already, a lot of the stuff that y'all ask about, I just have never dealt with. I just have never dealt with. So it's weird calling myself the helpful trucker, and it's like, it's so many things that they asking about that, you know, I can't answer. If I was there with you, I could help you find the answer. Most certainly, I could help you find the answer. But like, I don't know the information that a lot of you guys are asking right in the top of my head, right? Luckily, I do understand trucking somewhat, so some stuff is kind of just, you know, just common sense if you understand what's going on. All right, boom. Let's go back to what we got going on here in this chat. I appreciate the comments that y'all putting in. Again, I had some content that I was going to talk about while I was on here, but hey, this is better. Y'all giving me content to talk about right here, right now. Good stuff. Appreciate that question, CJ. And let me know, CJ, how do you handle bad weather out on the road? Like, how do you handle that? T&D, 515 a week. I got you. Okay, I got you. Well, good luck. Oh, somebody's asking. Overkill is asking Chi&D, do you mean 515 a week? That's the same thing I was wondering. I hope maybe I'll get down to the comment where they cleared that up. Jackie G, love your channel. You give great trucking and business advice. I've been restructuring my company since I started listening to your page. Glad to have you here, Jackie G. Absolutely. Matithias Transport. Even with that, man, your videos have helped and inspired me since I made the switch from 20 years as an automotive mechanic to going OTR. Appreciate that, Matithias, for letting me know that. Absolutely. G&D vlogs at Overkill. Yes, starting off during training, $550 a week. So if anybody was wondering, I mean, you guys probably see in the chat. But yeah, that's what G&D. I figured that's what you were talking about, G&D, $515 a week. I was about to say to you a second ago, congratulations on getting started on your new trucking endeavor, and good luck, right? Hey, be a learner, right? Just be a learner. Hard work and be a learner, right? But good luck though, man, definitely. Matithias Transport at CJ, park in a safe location and wait it out. Yeah, exactly. That's all you can do. It slipped my mind right now who asked about, I think it was CJ that asked about the driving in bad weather conditions. Matithias Transport says park in a safe location and wait it out. That's really all you can do. Right? That's really all you can, or just do it. You're either gonna be one of those type of people, but me, I ain't it's not use, there's no use risking it. There's no use in it. She has the only one that's liable for with the truck, right? It's just not worth it. And the thing about having inclement weather, like snowstorms and stuff, like I can drive, I trust myself. It's other people behind the wheel that I don't trust. You have to watch out for that. I got a friend down in Carolina a few years ago that was driving down 85 in his truck, company truck. Next thing, and it's a snowstorm. He's looking out the rear view or looking out the mirror as he's going on the road, keeping check on traffic and everything. Next thing you know, there's a car up under his trailer. The car flips. The lady dies. The freaking lady dies. He called me. He's like, man, I just killed somebody. And then once he told me what's going on, I'm like, you didn't kill anybody. Her car got away from her. And that's what the police, ruled it as. Her car got away from her in a snowstorm, right? So you gotta watch for all of that stuff. Again, if we're talking about being the owner, if you're the company driver, you're not on the hook for all of that stuff. But if you're the owner, it's like, ain't even worth it, boss. I'm just gonna leave the truck parked. That's the only way I know that ain't nothing gonna happen. That's the only way I know that ain't gonna happen. So appreciate that comment, Matitius. Park somewhere and wait it out. That's the best thing you can do. I wish this thing didn't keep starting all over with my comments. Money 69 Juicy says, hey, I have a question. So you're waiting on me to tell you to go ahead and ask the question, Money 69 Juicy? Go ahead and ask the question. Matitius Transport at Brady, thanks. Good luck to you as well. Congratulations to both of y'all. Justin Wilson, what would you take into consideration when hiring a driver, when hiring drivers? That's a good question. I've never hired a driver, but I did buy a second truck last year. I bought it because it was a good deal, and I sold it a few months after I bought it. But like right now, if I was just thinking the other day, if I still had that truck, I'd be looking to put a driver on that truck. So right off the top of my head, I'd be looking for somebody that's trustworthy, somebody that's reliable, somebody that's going to take care of my equipment. There's a lot of little details, obviously, I would want to be looking for. I'm looking for somebody that, can pass a drug test. I'm looking for somebody that, has, look, I'm looking for a mature individual. I ain't looking for no child. I don't want to have to totally train nobody how to drive the truck. I want somebody to have some experience behind the wheel, right? But essentially, I'm looking for somebody that is reliable. I can count on them to work. I ain't looking for nobody that, sometime they're gonna be here and sometime they can't. I'm looking for somebody that's gonna take care of my truck. That's the main thing. I'm looking for somebody that's gonna have my best interests at heart, and that is the hardest thing for owner operators to find. That's the hardest thing. I got a couple of family members that have second trucks, and most of them have them sitting. They got them sitting because it's like I don't even feel like dealing with the headache of a driver. Drivers, they do, as the owner, I know my route. I know the mileage. I know exactly how much fuel it takes. I know exactly how long it takes to do it. I know how much money it makes. I know the whole nine. You put a driver on the truck and all that stuff change, right? What you used to do in 10 hours is taking him 13 hours to do. What used to take you, $250 worth of fuel to do, he's needing $300 and $400 worth of fuel to do the same stuff. So that's the stuff you got to watch. With a driver, that's what makes it tricky, right? Most people are not going to have meaning the owner's best interests at heart. So you looking for somebody like that's going to take care of your equipment. I would say that's the main thing as an owner. If I'm as a mega carrier hiring drivers, that's something totally different. But as an owner, like everything is on me. Main thing I'm looking for is somebody that's going to take care of my equipment. And after that, I'm looking for somebody that is reliable. Then after that, I need the person to be able to pass a drug test. I need them to have a good driving record. All of that stuff, man. I wouldn't want a person, I'd take somebody with a record. I can't say how much, like, I don't want no problems. I don't want no drama. I wouldn't want any drama. I'd be looking for somebody like me. I was a great employee with my pop, obviously, because he was my pop, right? I took care of the truck best I could. That's my pop. You know what I mean? So again, you want somebody that's going a driver like that, And then once you find them, here's the second piece to that. Once you get them, you got to take care of them. You got to be willing to pay them as the truck owner. Okay, that's another part. When you do find the driver that you're looking for, that driver ain't just taking and don't want to get paid pennies. Somebody that can offer everything that I just now said. Somebody with a good driving record, somebody's reliable, somebody's gonna take care of your truck. They know how to drive a truck, so you ain't got to train them and all of that good stuff. They got a clean driving record. They got a clean physical. They can pass everything. That person want to get paid. So you gotta, as the owner, you gotta be able to afford to keep that person around. And what's gonna keep them working for you with everything else that they can go and get in the trucking profession, right? So it's definitely two parts to that, right? So that would be some of the stuff that I'm thinking about, if I was looking at hiring a driver. Like, how in the world can I compete? Everybody's hiring right now. Everybody's hiring. So if I'm looking to hire a driver, like, how can I compete? How can I compete just a little bit with all of the companies hiring drivers? I would assume that would be difficult. So those are all the things that I'd be taking into consideration. And that's just right off the top of my head, Justin. If I sat here and thought about it a little bit more, I probably could come up with some more stuff. So, but I appreciate that question. Chris Clown, hit that like button, people. Absolutely, absolutely. If you hear, definitely hit the like button. Hit the like button. Absolutely. Let YouTube know that you're enjoying this video. Definitely. Chris Clown says, I understand what you're saying. Money 69 Juicy. What is a good company to driver for that has apprenticeship programs, and I can also come home every night? Can anybody in here answer Money 69 Juicy's question? What is a good company to drive for that has apprenticeship programs, and I can also come home every night? So you want to know specific information on what companies offer. And again, I've said it several times already. Like, I can't really help you out with that right there, me specifically, right? But I mean, we all here on the platform. Somebody here might can help you out with that. M. Brown says, I'm with JB Hunt. Matithius says, money. Oh, here's the answer right here. Warner Enterprises has a home daily account. They've been good so far. So there's an answer to your question right there. Money. Thanks, Matithius. I appreciate that. I need to make y'all admins on the account. Y'all that's going through here answering questions for the people that's asking me questions. I need to make y'all admins or something, right? Make y'all moderators or something, right? Can you elaborate more on the truck driver shortage? Is it because the baby boomers and Gen X are retiring? I mean, it's probably a lot of stuff, CJ. I don't know, what the main cause is for the truck driver shortage. I can say that there has been talk of a truck driver shortage for the last few decades. Okay, I mean, like, they've been saying it's a truck driver shortage ever since like the '90s or something like that, right? So that's not really anything new. Okay, that's what I'll say about that. But as far as why there's a shortage, I don't know. Here's the good thing though. Right now, if it's true that there is a truck driver shortage, then that would mean right now essentially it is a driver's market. That's what that means. Okay, if there's a trucker shortage, then that means it's a driver's market. So it can either be the workers market or the employers market. And right now, if there's a shortage of drivers, then there's a driver shortage, which is good for anybody looking to come into industry. You shouldn't have a problem getting hired right now because there is they're saying there's a truck driver shortage, right? So, but I mean that probably has something to do with it, CJ. The baby boomers and Gen X's, are retiring. The fact that there has been a lot of changes in the trucking profession in the last few years, and a lot of people have decided that they don't want to do it anymore. A lot of the old timers are like, man, I don't want to do it anymore. I got a relative, my brother was talking about the other day, 35 years, and the high fuel prices right now is making him think, man, I don't know how long I want to do this. Just because after a while, you just get tired of going through the BS. And to the new people that are coming in, it's not BS because it's all you know. But to the guys that have been out here for 20 and 30 years, they feel the changes because they know how it used to be. You get what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I mean, if you're coming in the industry, I wouldn't worry too much about the truck driver shortage. Again, that just means that if there's if there's ever a time in trucking where you would be more likely to get your way as a driver, it's now. I ain't saying you can just go in and get your way. I'm saying if there was ever a time that you could, it would be now because there is a shortage. So that's to your benefit, right? CJ is asking M. Brown, is JB Hunt better than Swift? And Brown says, oh no, I never worked with Swift. Got you. Roller Girl, link in. Your audio cracks sometimes, maybe the cable. Nah, I don't have a cable. I am sitting out on my patio, so maybe I'm just a little bit too far away from my Wi-Fi. Maybe, I'm not sure. Eugene Spear, I appreciate you, Roller Girl, for all the comments that you leave. Eugene Spear, subscribe, bro. Starting to study for my CDL. Got you, guys. Appreciate the subscription, Eugene. Matithias Transport at CJ. The thing with Swift, they have so many active trucks. So let's just say, on average, 5% of all the companies have crap drivers. That 5% from Swift is going to be much more visible. Got you. I hear all kind of stuff about Swift, man, for real. Jay Witt, watching on phone. Good luck, Brian and Crater Construction. Appreciate you being here, Jay Witt. Avon, just got my permit yesterday. Start school 8/8. Congratulations on getting your permit, Avon. You got any tips on somebody that's about to get their learner's permit, their CLP? That was asked earlier. Drop in the comments if you got anything on that subject. Ms. Bankable, look up practice test apps. Great for running through the questions repetitively, which me help the knowledge stick. Yep, we already talked about that. Absolutely. Get it, Avon. Awesome, Avon. They congratulating you, Avon. Brady Truck Life. Enjoy learning. It's a blast. Justin Wilson, appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you being here. Matithias Transport. Tip to all of you starting CDL school or currently in, if there's an empty truck, make it not empty. Starting CDL school or currently in CDL school. If there's an empty truck, make it not empty. There you go. There you go. They don't be standing around. I think that's what Matithias Transport is saying. Oh, there go a truck. Let me go hop in there and get this in practice. Icy Profits. What's going on, Icy? Glad to have you here, man. The fam is good. How are you on your end? Haven't seen you. Well, I was about to say I haven't seen you in a while, but I've seen some comments from you not too long ago. Icy Profits has been a subscriber here for a while. Matithias Transport. Hey, you pronounced it right. Are you talking about your name, Matithias? C40 says, is hazmat worth it? I don't know. I've never done hazmat before. C40. I'm not sure. If anybody's in here can tell C40 anything about hazmat, let them know. And if you're in here right now, you haven't hit the like button yet, go ahead and hit the like button. Definitely. Somebody just sent in a super chat. Can't really see it. I see $2. If I just sent, I can't. I'm trying to find it so I can give you a shout out. There we go. Is that Sport Guy 17? Love your vids. Ended up getting my CDL just in case. Appreciate the love, Sport Guy 17. Absolutely. Appreciate that. Super chat. Super chat is open, fam. Definitely. I accept those. You want to hit your boy up and send me something, definitely. I won't be mad at you. I ain't gonna ask you for it, but I wouldn't be mad at you. All right, let's go back up here. All right, Marlo Moon, salute, bro. Working on that permit now. Thanks for your mentorship. Absolutely, Marlo. I appreciate you being here, man. Matithias Transport. Every endorsement makes you more employable. That makes good sense. It gives you more options of what you can do. Like people have asked me before, what are my thoughts on just on having like a manual restriction on your driver's license? And I've said the same thing. I'm like, I'm gonna be with a company that just got automatic, and I'm just thinking, man, you want as many options as possible. You definitely want as many options as possible. So yeah, those endorsements, being able to drive automatic or manual, all that little stuff right there, definitely I would think it definitely makes you more employable. If I'm a fleet owner and I got some trucks that are automatic and some trucks that are manuals, I feel like as a driver I should be able to take you and put you in any one of those trucks that I got out there, right? It's a handicap to me if I can't put you in certain trucks because you can't do certain things, right? So definitely keep that in mind. All your endorsements make you more employable. definitely. Mhm. Icy Profits. There are practice quizzes in the book that have identical questions on the test. Absolutely. Definitely. Everybody's kind of saying the same thing on that subject. Roller Girl, there are YouTube channels with question and answer. Screenshot the questions and study on your phone. Yeah, absolutely. That's another way to do it. Looking at your screenshot. That's another way to do it. Absolutely. The information, the questions and answers that are on your test are out there in so many different places. And depending on how you learn, that's a good idea right there, right? Just screenshot this, look at it right on your phone. Okay. That's what Roller Girl's comment is about. Good stuff. Johnny, how long have you been a truck driver? 6 years, Johnny. A little bit over six, a little bit over 6 years now. Icy Profits. Yes, it would be hard. Billy Peterson. No, it's not hard to go. Are you saying Icy Profits? It would be hard to make that transition from local to OTR. Are you talking about that subject that we was talking about earlier? Earlier, Billy Peterson says it's not hard to go to OTR. Well, Billy Peterson, they were asking, is it hard to go from local with 1 year experience to OTR? That's the question. Just want to make sure you guys that are answering that question got that cleared up. Insurance companies want OTR, so she might have to start at a mega. Insurance companies want OTR experience. I'm thinking about that your comment, Icy. Now she's asking about going from, again, I was thinking, and straighten me out if I'm wrong, I was thinking that the over the road companies are the companies that are more likely to have the insurance that will cover brand new drivers with no experience. I know they have local companies out there that have that type of insurance as well, but I was thinking your OTR company is going to be your company that's more likely to have that type of insurance. So I was thinking that this person was asking about going from local, meaning they found a job right out of with no experience, local, drove there for a year, and now they're wanting to swap to OTR. I wouldn't think that would be a problem on the insurance side or on the experience side. Again, if I'm wrong about that, feel free to straighten me out down in the comments. I appreciate your comment, Icy, definitely. Let me know what you think about what I just now said. DJ Fika, how the wood chipper job going? All good, bro. Everything is lovely. Everything is smooth as a baby's butt. DJ Fika, and do you still have your second truck? I don't. No, I sold it a few months back. Actually, that's something that I did here on the channel a few minutes ago. But yeah, I did sell it a few months back. Jackie G, I'm a new driver doing OTR and I love it. Make sure you have money and patience for breakdowns. Plan your breaks well. Absolutely. In other words, you got to run your clock the right way. You got to maximize your drive time. Okay, that's key if you want to be out OTR and you want to be making the most of your situation. So congratulations, Jackie G, and that's good that you found something inside of cooking that you enjoy. Roller Girl, yes, TR before local driving in Vegas. Regulations have lifted, so things are changing. Got you. These bugs out here cutting up because they need a light that got up right here. So I'm a little bit lost, Roller Girl. I'm hoping I don't have these comments mixed up. I thought you were saying earlier that I thought it was you. I'm sorry, transition from local to OTR. You had 1 year local experience and you were trying to go to OTR. That's what I thought you were asking. And this comment right here, I'm seeing it says OTR before local. So You'll see. It's probably the answer to what I'm looking for is probably further down on these further down this comment thread. Rudy Melindre. I recently took my DMV test twice and failed on the blind side parallel parking. Got it twice. I'm getting a bit discouraged. Any advice you can give me trying to prepare myself for a third test? Yo, people ask all the time, me to do tutorials or backing tutorials. The reason I haven't done a backing tutorial is because there's no way, unless you got the right camera set up, it's gonna be difficult to do. It really is, right? So, and it's the same way with what you asked right now. Like the only way to do like a video showing people parallel blindside parking, all that good stuff, is if I had the right camera set up and a couple of different people out there to help me record, right? So the point that I'm making is, because of that, here's what I would always say to a person that's asking me about backing tips. Like, it's really, in my opinion, there's no way to explain backing. Backing is something that you just gotta feel. You feel it. I can't. There's nothing that I could, pick a line on the ground, pick a spot on the ground, and aim for that spot. You know what I mean? That type of thing. But it's just something that you gotta feel. You keep doing it. You just gotta keep doing it as much as you can. Going back to the comment earlier, I can't think right now off the top of my head. I think it was Matithias that said earlier, if you in truck driving school and it's an empty truck, make it not empty. Like, you just got to keep doing it, repetition, over and over and over and over and over again, and it's muscle memory. So there are videos here on YouTube where they have the right camera set up, and they can show you what to be looking for when you're backing up in different situations. But there's really no way to there's no tips to give as far as backing up other than repetition. Right? So that's the best. I know that sucks as an answer. I know that sucks as an answer, but is no. In my opinion, like I said, that's why I've done a video on the subject, because I'm like, man, you can't explain to someone unless, like I said, I could do it if I had the right camera set up, but without being able to show you, or you sitting in the truck with me and me telling you, okay, this is what I'm watching for, this is what I'm looking for, this is when I'm going to turn the wheel this way, this is what I'm gonna, without being able to put you in that type of environment, there's really no way. And it's like, it's repetition. It's repetition. It takes some people longer than others, right? Backing came pretty naturally to me, but that don't happen for everybody. So just, again, if there's an empty truck at your school, you got to be practicing those backing maneuvers as much as you can, right? I know it didn't help. I was about to say, hope that helped, but I knew it probably didn't. CJ, I'm not a truck driver yet. Driving in LA weather isn't that bad. Got you. Brisk Clown, you have dealt with Booker's double booking. No, I have not. Gee whiz. They out here deep. I'm gonna turn this down so. Just for a little bit, because there's bugs over here. Trucker JT, flatbed game. The one. You ain't 69 manager no more? Nope. Icy Profits, YRC free. Money 69. Get out of here. I killed the wrong thing. Alright, I can turn the light back up now. Do you recommend getting a Class B? Get out of here. Do you recommend getting a Class B? I struggle to get a Class A in Texas. If you got Class B work out there, you got some Class B work lined up. Yeah. A general rule of thumb in trucking, in my endeavors, is find the work first and then do the thing. Like you don't always have to do this, but it's not a good idea to get a Class B if you can't find no Class B work. If you ain't got no Class B work lined up nowhere, right? That's pretty much a principle, right? Find the work and then go and get the thing. It's the same way we get in a truck. I know that don't have nothing to do with your question, but You know, whenever I talk to my pop about getting another truck, again, a second truck, he's like, do you have the work for it? If you got the work for it, then go get the truck. He's like, find the work first, then go get the truck. And I would say this is the same thing here. If you got work lined up for a B, go get it. So, and you can start looking around for that right now. You can definitely start looking around. You don't have to wait until you get the B, start looking for Class B opportunities, right? Kenya Nicole, I'm late, but hi. You good, Kenya? Brisk Clown, there is no driver shortage. It's a lie. I would agree. I can't. I've heard both sides of the discussion, and I mean they've been saying it's a truck driver shortage for so long that it's like, come on, man. Like it's like the little boy that cried wolf. It really is, you know. Jeff's Dirt, and I guess kind of the proof that there is no truck driver shortage is kind of goes back to something I said earlier. If there's really a truck driver shortage, then that would mean that it's a driver's market. That way you can walk to a company and get what you want right now. That's what that would insinuate. Okay. And I think most drivers will tell you, well, you can't really do that right now. You can't just walk in and get what you want. Jeff's Dirt. Hey man, what's up from South Central PA? What's going on, Jeff? How you, man? Blue Mermaid, hello from Honolulu. Glad to have you here, Blue Mermaid. Raheem Shabazz, yo, bro, I got my CDL permit, but no funds to pay for school. I got money, but don't want to pay. Huh? Yo, bro, I got my CDL permit, but no funds to pay for school. Oh, you saying I got the money, but I don't want to pay. Well, I don't know what to tell you, boss. Borrow the money, right? Borrow it. Got a way to borrow it from somebody or somewhere. Borrow it, and then make the money with your CDL to pay the borrowed money back. And you can sit on your money that you say you don't want to spend. I don't know what to tell you, right? Here's what I would say. Like, man, it's a lot to say to that. Actually, it's a lot to say to that. Actually, money is a tool. Okay, money is a tool, Raheem. No different than a hammer. Okay, and just like a hammer sitting in the toolbox, not being used for anything, has no value. Money just sitting in a bank account or under the mattress or in the safe, making us feel good and fuzzy because we got it, that's really the only value that it has. And just like a hammer, I would say that money is most valuable when it's being used for something. The hammer sits in the toolbox, and you have the peace of mind to know there's a hammer there when you need it. But really, a hammer in a toolbox is not doing anything. It's got to be building something. So, money is the same exact way. Money is the same exact way. Trade the money for what it is that you want. Do you want your CDL career? Do you want your trucking career more? Or do you want the money that it's going to cost you to get that more? Which one do you want more? Right? So, I mean, I get what you're saying. I got the money. I don't want to spend it, though. But I don't know. Like, money is a means of exchange. You shouldn't have a problem necessarily with trading money for the thing that you saying that you want. Because money is a means to an end. I got money for what? To get the things that I want to get. Right? When you got the money and you scared to spend it, right? You might have to change up something in your mind. Again, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, okay? Because I get what you're saying. But I'm one that believes money is a tool. It's no good when it's just sitting there. You want to be putting your money to use. You definitely want to be putting your money to use. Like if you take the $5 or $6 grand that it cost me to go to CDL school, immediately increased my income, and the return that I got from spending that $5 grand is an infinite return. It's an infinite return. Like so don't be scared to invest in yourself, Raheem. Like what are you gonna do once you get your CDL? You gonna BS and play around with it, or you gonna go get your money? If you're going to get your money and all you waiting for is that little card, and you shouldn't have a problem at all with trading that money that you got right now, okay? Because getting your CDL gonna get you past the point of being afraid to spend money, because getting your CDL is gonna increase your belief in your own ability to earn more money. I hope that makes sense to you. So you get rid of the fear of spending what you have by increasing your belief in yourself to be able to create more. And that's what that little card that you're gonna get that says commercial driver's license on it, that's what it enables people to be able to do. Okay? So just some stuff to think about for you, big bro. Jeff's Dirt, question for anyone in PA with CDL. Raheem Shabazz says, I'm 19. Got you. Yeah, so you getting started early. That's good. That's good, man. That's good. That's good. Start early and get the right and get the right attitude. That's good that you have the money to pay, but you don't have it, but you don't want to spend it. That's good that you got it. You know what I mean? At 19. That's good. So, but hey, start early. Start on your financial journey early, right now. Get your CDL if that's what you're gonna do, and get in a position to increase your income, and start right now. You know, with that, not spending everything you earn. Okay, and you can set yourself up so that by the time you my age, 46, 47 years old, maybe you don't have to work anymore. Maybe you can just be, you know, I'm working because I want to at that point. Jeff's Dirt, how long from the time you sent your papers to Pennsylvania DOT until you were able to go take your permit test? Been waiting for a month now to hear anything. Oh, that's Jeff Dirt's question. That's his question. How long from the time you sent your papers to, I guess, Pennsylvania DOT, he's saying, yeah, until you were able to go take your permit test? Been waiting for a month now to hear anything. I can't even begin to even try to answer that. We don't have to send anything to DOT to be able to go take our permit test. So it's probably been a little bit different there in PA. Maybe somebody in PA on here can help Jeff out. Kiko Salinas, hello brother. I'm going for my CDL in 40 years old, getting ready to have a change in life. Congratulations, Kiko. Absolutely good luck on your journey. Sport Guy 17, SWIFT stands for sure wish I finished training. Relaxing in meditation nature, start training yesterday, loving it so far. CJ says, thank you for taking the time to make these videos. You made my process easier. Thank you, CJ, for letting me know that. I appreciate that. What up, Nico? Nico Harris, got to shout him out. That's family. Icy Profits, you got Cash App? Yeah, I got Cash App. Icy Profits. My Cash App is I think cash tag. Not I think I know. Maurice Bay 7. Yep. Maurice Bay 7. That's the Cash App right there. So with the Cash App, I appreciate it a little. Make sure you send a comment so I know who sent it. My mama. Hang on one second. Might be my son. Yes, ma'am. Hey, buddy. I'm at the house.
I'm not going to something. I'm ready to go home, man.
Okay.
Gonna pick me up soon.
Yeah, Sakara's coming to pick you up, okay?
Why no?
I'll be here when you get here.
Alright.
All right?
Alright.
All right, buddy. I love you.
Love you too.
All right. Oh, that's my little man. That's another reason why I can't go too far. I can't do OTR. I got to be at home with my little people. Trucker job. What it do, bro? I my class A with restriction or not, you're still gonna make the same amount of money a class A is. Rob, appreciate you being here, Rob. Family, I'm about to hop off. I see I got comments on here, but these bugs out here, oh my gosh, I want to show them to y'all. light that I got up right here is attracting them, and they are not making it easy for me out here. See if I can get through a few more of these. My camera is through the fence. Icy profits, self-insured mega carriers can take her, but probably not smaller companies. That's the same thing I was thinking. Icy, that's the exact same thing that I was thinking. Trucker Rob, I've been following you for a minute. I appreciate you being here, Trucker Rob. Mama Bear says, I have an issue on something way off top. Mateus Transport, smooth as an android's bottom. Smooth as a baby's butt. That's what we said earlier, right? He said smooth as an android's bottom. I think he had to hop off, Mateus. If you're still on here, I appreciate all of the information that you added to the conversation. Most certainly, if you're not here, I appreciate you coming, bro. Absolutely. Live long and prosper to you as well. I got you confused with somebody else. Roller Girl, I see you comment that was someone else. Oh no. Mama Bear, I went to a subpar school that was paid for by the workforce program, and there was some bad blood. I left without my license and went someplace else. I got a notice recently from a credit monitoring company that's got something to do with the CDL school money. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. That's what you about to say, Mama Bear. Jeff's Dirts, I'm glitching out again. Karina Brown says every trucker that she knows says the exact same thing, and she come from 3 generations of truckers. 3 generations, Karina. I ain't think trucks had even been around that long. I'm just kidding. Jerry Arias, love your channel, man. Keep it up. Your videos and information helped me in trucking school back in October, and I'm still trucking. Yeah, this is a continuation of Mama Bear's comment. I actually want to see that. I got a notice recently from a credit monitoring company. They listed themselves as my former employer. What can I do? Seems shady, and I'm looking at all the potential damage they can do to me. I'm thinking, I'm looking through your comment, Mama Bear. I went to a subpar school that was paid for by the workforce program. There was some bad blood. I left out my license and went someplace else. I noticed recently from a credit monitoring company, they listed themselves as my former employer. Who listed themselves as your former employer? The school? Is that what you're saying? I'm still a little bit unclear about what you're saying happened, Mama Bear. Sounds like you're saying that the company that you went to school with, they listed yourself as them as a. You can get your credit report cleaned up. It sounds like that's what you might like you can get your credit report cleaned up. A credit monitoring company would be pulling that information that company did from a credit report. But I mean, if you get a copy of your credit report and you see that company listed as an ex-employer, then you can just dispute that off. You know what I mean? Like anything that you dispute on your credit that's not accurate has to come off, right? Absolutely. Icy Profits is giving a comment on backing. He says, look at your trailer tires when backing, not the box. It's all about the setup. I would agree. I can see that. I can see that. That's one of those tips, like I was saying earlier, like I mean, you can get little tips like that, but I'm one of those people that's convinced, like, the only way you're going to learn how to back up a truck is by doing it. It's just by repetition, just doing it over and over and over again. That's the only way to do it. The women is taking over the industry, the trucking industry. That's good for y'all single cats, right? Chucker Robs, I seen a woman on a flatbed. Brisk clown, when learning to back, always take your time. Absolutely. Always get out and look when you're backing. Well, I'm talking about in a real life situation. When you're testing, you can't be getting out and look that many times. But like, yeah, definitely. Mm, there's several questions on here, and I gotta get ready to cut this short. Mama Bear wants some advice. Mama Bear, I hope you heard what I said just now. Like if you know, it sounds to me like what you're saying is you need to check based on what you're saying, you need to check your credit report, and if the company is listed on your credit report as a previous employer, you can dispute that and get it removed easily. If the credit monitoring company is saying is you know was alerted to this company being on your credit report, then that's the way that you would resolve that. You would get a copy of your credit report, and anything that's inaccurate on there, you would dispute it. So let me know if that addressed what you're saying at all, Mama Bear. Matithias Transport, still here. Regarding backing videos, search for Truck Driving Academy backing tutorials. Yeah, familiar with that channel. It's a school out of New Jersey that has a lot of training videos that are well done. Appreciate that, Matithias. Truck Driving Academy. What is the best truck to start off with when starting your own business? A Class A or Class B vehicle? It depends on your work. Depends on what you're doing. What is the best truck to start off with starting your own business? A Class A or Class B vehicle? Yeah, it depends on your work. I mean, Class A if you got Class A work. Class B if you got Class B work. Again, you can take the approach of finding the work first, and then getting the equipment to satisfy the job. That's how a lot of people in trucking operate, right? So that's really kind of hard to answer that question. There is no best truck to get starting off in your own business if you're choosing between Class A and Class B. Okay. Hope that answers the question, Keith Stanford. If it didn't, just kind of rephrase it down in the comments. Roller Girls, I got a free grant. The free grant is cool. TT's Transport at Keith. Same thing I just said. It depends on what niche you want to get into. Exactly. It's the same thing I was just saying. Keith Stanford. Yeah, check out the grants. I know plenty of people that got them for trucking. I've heard of plenty of people get them. I don't know anybody that got them, but I've heard of plenty of people that got those free grants for trucking school. Entertainment Junkies. What up, G? Risk Clown. I heard the CDL schools now are charging 11 now. I would like to know more about that. I haven't heard any evidence that CDL schools have gotten more expensive since February the 7th. I haven't heard that. That's your comment right now, Brisk Clown. That is the first comment that I've heard from anybody talking about CDL schools costing more now. So I really would like to know more about that. Mama Bear says, thanks, Helpful Trucker, for making this live vid. Can you answer my question? I thought I did answer your question, Mama Bear. It sounded like and if I didn't, just let me know that I didn't quite. If I didn't answer, that's because I didn't understand. But if I understood what you were saying, my answer was to check with your credit report and see if that company is being reported as a previous employer on your credit report. Get it straight and dispute it off that way. That's my answer. And again, I hope I understood. I had a good understanding of what your question was. Demond Wilson, I have my CDLA and I have had a tough time finding anything local. Yeah, I'm a veteran and I have the GI Bill. I see Melton and a few other companies offer the apprentice program that'll pay me to use it. You keep looking, man. You'll find something local. You just got to keep looking. I hear a lot of people say some people come out and find it easy, and some people have to they gotta massage the thing into place. So just keep looking. Demond Wilson says, do you know of any more companies that does that? I don't, Damon. I don't know of any companies that offer the apprentice, that offer that apprentice program. I hope you got an answer further down in these comments. I hope somebody came on here and answered your question. Karina Brown, how are you handling these gas prices? These fuel prices, I'm assuming. I've gotten a rate increase. They're paying more on fuel chips right now. So, and another good thing about fuel chips, we get paid by the weight. So, when the fuel prices started going up, I started hauling more weight. That's one thing I started doing, right? And then I try to stay loaded both ways as well. I've been trying to do that whenever there's a backhaul available. I wanna be on the backhaul, right? But those three things, like we got a rate increase. I wanna stay with a backhaul. I want to stay with a backhaul. That's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's how I'm handling the fuel prices. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Like, you gotta pay them. I'm not one of those ones that's got it to the point where I can just say, you know what, I'm just gonna park my truck till fuel prices go down. But some people are saying that. But that ain't me. So, but again, I have heard of truck drivers that haven't really gotten rate increases. And that's another thing. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like, how in the world could a company pay you the same thing for free? But they are right now. So it's one of those things I just haven't gone. I just don't have to go through. I'm repeating this because the first time you were talking to your son, how are you handling these gas prices? Got you. Flatbed trucking made me go back to it, shaking my head. Brisk clown, congrats on your son. Yeah. Bro, you look sick. Are you fans? What's happening with your health? I don't really know what you're talking about, Philly. Yeah, I don't look sick, boss man. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know what you're seeing. Okay, but feel free to elaborate down in the comments. I'm here, you know. But yeah, nah, nope. Stronger than ever, boss man. Stronger than ever. Okay. Appreciate your comment, Ashes Heartless. Ashes Heartless. Proud dads. All right, I'm about to hop off. I'm gonna shout out everybody on here. If I didn't get to your comment, I apologize. Philly Dom, Side Dude, appreciate you being here. Brady Truck Life, I appreciate you being here. Ashes Heartless, I appreciate you being here. Sport Guy 17, I appreciate you being here. I'm gonna shout this out right here. Icy Profits sent $20 to the Cash App. I appreciate you, Icy. Absolutely. Appreciate the love, definitely. Jeff's Dirt, I appreciate you being here. TTS, I definitely appreciate you being here. Karina Brown, thanks for being here. Matt Cisna, I appreciate you being here. Sorry I couldn't get to your question. I got to hop off. Tyler, I appreciate you being here. I apologize. I'm not going to get to your comment. Mama Bear, dang, I hate to leave you cold. Yes, the school lists themselves as my former employer. The damage is reporting. I refuse the drug test. Mama Bear, I don't know what to tell you. I don't. Like I said, I need a little bit more clarity on with them being on your credit report listed as former employee. You're saying the damage such as reporting. I refuse the drug test. They who did they report that to? That's got something more. That's not something dealing with your credit report right there. I'm a little bit confused about the dilemma that you're facing here. Jeff's Dirt, I gotta run too. I appreciate you being here. Mama Bear, there are a lot of shady people around the trucking profession. 100%. Icy, I appreciate you being here, boss. That one. Appreciate you being here. What agency do I contact for former employer? I'm really trying to get you something here, Mama Bear. Or maybe you need to try. Have you tried contacting that company, Mama Bear, that is falsely reporting themselves as your former employer? Roller Girl, I appreciate you being here. Craig Green, I appreciate you being here. Icy Prophet says Mama Bear had to pay school back. The unemployment office paid. You didn't finish. To consider. Matithius, I appreciate you being here. Izzy Roth, appreciate you being here. Mama Bear, my email is mauricebay7@gmail.com. You can email me. Appreciate all you guys being there. I'm about to hop off. If you haven't clicked the like yet, be sure you do before you click off. And stay on the lookout for videos. I'll keep them coming. Definitely. See you guys on the next one.